Well, good morning. I'm Brent Adams here with your Rural Strong Morning Ag Report for this Monday, November 27th, the 331st day of 2023. Leading off the headlines this morning, the USDA says farmers who hire H-2A laborers next year will be paying higher wages, and in some cases, the increase is large. Veronica Nye, senior economist with the American Farm Bureau Federation, talks about the increasing costs of farm labor.
USDA's Farm Labor Survey told us that wage rates across the United States in all states and all regions increased in 2023. The Farm Labor Survey tells us that in 2024, farmers in 13 states will pay more than $1 more per hour to their H-2A employees than they did this year. Farmers in 31 states will pay between 50 cents and $1 more. Only in 6 states is the increase for next year less than 50 cents.
She says this is a very important survey for production agriculture.
USDA's Farm Labor Survey is utilized by the Department of Labor to establish the adverse effect wage rate that growers must pay H-2A workers through the temporary visa program. So these wage rates are really make or break for farmers as to whether or not the wage rates they pay out through the H-2A program are going to be viable for their business.
Some regions of the country will see a larger increase in H-2A wage rates than others.
Wage rates went up in every region. The smallest increase was for the Corn Belt Region 2, where we saw wage rates rise a quarter, which was a 1.4% increase. The largest percentage increase was in Hawaii. Hawaiians are going to pay $1.49 per hour more next year through the H-2A program than they did this year.
And that was Veronica Nye of the American Farm Bureau Federation. Well, the U.S. saw growth of almost 31% in net farm income from 2021 through 2022. Net farm income is a broad measure of farm sector profitability. Researchers with the USDA's Economic Research Service use data from the Farm Income and Wealth Statistics to classify states into 6 categories of net farm income changes. The 5 agricultural states with the highest net farm income include Texas, which had the highest net farm income growth at 65% from 2021 to 2022, followed by Minnesota at 55.7%. Growth in the remaining top 5 states, including California, Iowa, and Illinois, was also strong. Other states among the top 25 for average net farm income had a wide range of net farm income changes from 2021 to 2022. Many showed strong growth, such as Idaho at 116%, Georgia at 104%, Florida at just over 100%, and North Dakota at 76%. However, Kansas and Washington's net farm income fell 23% and 28%, respectively. Well, the U.S. Grains Council released its second annual Corn Origins Report, which explores the performance of U.S. corn against corn from other countries in poultry diets. U.S., Argentinian, and Brazilian corn samples were collected from an international feed company in Colombia for use in the study. The study found that birds fed diets with U.S. corn consumed less feed throughout the entire grow-out phase compared to those fed Argentinian or Brazilian corn. The lower feed conversion rates in the poultry-fed U.S. corn translated into significant long-term cost savings. Depending upon the number of poultry produced, the savings could be very large. The study was done to address customer concerns about the fragility of U.S. corn and the breakage occurring during the export process. Well, the EPA's latest proposal to restrict pesticide use is causing alarm among soybean growers. The American Soybean Association's chief economist Scott Gertz says the Environmental Protection Agency's proposed pilot to protect endangered species well before years-long reviews is so broad it could put some producers out of business.
It would affect about 13 million acres of cropland, of which about 5 million acres are soybeans. And really, it's not sustainable.
Gertz says the Vulnerable Species Pilot Project under a court settlement could erase profit margins by requiring mitigation in areas with ranges for 27 endangered species. One example is in runoff controls.
Annualized cost, that's about $150 an acre that you're draining. And so, that's about the average cost of the value added of the land for agriculture. So that's the real concern, is that it would put a lot of these acres out of ag production in these affected areas.
Buffers and filter strips could run $100 to $200 more per acre. Gertz says USDA also has weighed in with the EPA.
USDA is pretty skeptical of this proposal as well. They think this could have a very large negative impact and that EPA could do things that are a lot more targeted and not so negative. As one part of this proposal, if you're in certain areas, you have to consult Fish and Wildlife Service at least 3 months before for applications. USDA is skeptical that Fish and Wildlife Service has the manpower to even do this.
ASA says the EPA could expand its pilot beyond the 27 species first affected. The agency has until the end of next September to decide the program's final scope. And finally, this morning, the USDA is only hours away from releasing its last weekly crop progress report for the 2023 growing season. The report will resume next spring. More details from USDA Radio's Gary Crawford.
Each Monday afternoon during the 8-month growing season, most of the nation's grain and oilseed traders and thousands of growers as well look forward to USDA's weekly crop progress report, which gives us the latest update on planting, on crop development, and crop condition, too. This weekly report moves the markets, but this next report this coming Monday is going to be the last one for 2023. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey says with harvest of most crops pretty much done, the information in this upcoming Monday report will be limited.
And the only tables we'll be looking at corn, cotton, peanuts, and sunflower harvest, along with winter wheat emergence and conditions. So we are just about done. One more week to go.
So the last 2023 edition of USDA's Crop Progress Report's only hours away, and after this Monday, the Crop Progress Report takes a 4-month hiatus, but will return April 1st. That's no joke, April 1st, 2024. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Well, you can keep up with the latest from the world of agriculture by subscribing to the Tractors and Troubadours podcast from Rural Strong Media. Each week, I bring you agriculture industry newsmakers, hot-button industry issues, educational features, and the best in traditional country music. The Tractors and Troubadours podcast can be found at ruralstrongmedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts. We also invite you to join us daily on Rural Strong Radio, our 24/7 streaming radio station, found at ruralstrongmedia.com or on the Live 365 streaming radio app for your mobile device. Each day, we bring you our award-winning agriculture programming, as well as the best in traditional country music, mixed in with a little bluegrass, western swing, southern rock, and inspirational music, and now featuring country Christmas favorites. Again, the place to find Rural Strong Radio is ruralstrongmedia.com or the Live 365 streaming radio app. We're portable, so take us with you everywhere you go while you're working on the farm. We'll get you through those long, challenging days. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow with another Rural Strong Morning Ag Report. Until then, make it a great day, everybody.